I have mixed emotions for people who are victims of an online catfish. One part of me feels genuinely bad for them because they liked the person who turned out to be fake, but another part of me is like, how could you possibly not catch on to the red flags? You kinda did it to yourself. Now, I am interested to see how you guys feel about the people who get catfished by someone pretending to be a celebrity. Tell me your feelings on it down in the comments while I dish out the top 10 times this happened. I'm your host Josh, thanks for joining me on InformOverload. Smash that subscribe button if you haven't already, and come say hi to us outside of YouTube. Our social media links are down below. Also, stay until the end of our list if you want to catch the comment features and our blooper reel. But let's get into it. Here's the top 10 people who thought they were dating a celebrity. Starting off our list, number 10 is the NBA star. A 17-year-old Instagram model named Paris Dunn thought she was talking to Chris Anderson, aka Birdman, the NBA star. She first reached out to him on his Facebook page and dropped her number on his wall while telling him to give her a call if he's interested. To her surprise, she received a text from him, or so she thought. She got the text saying that it was him and they began talking and even sending some nude photos back and forth. In the pictures, it really was Birdman. Over some time though, they ended up meeting in Denver for a weekend getaway, and it all seemed like a dream come true for Paris, but then the truth came out. Paris wasn't actually talking to Birdman. A girl named Shelly Carter saw Paris post her phone number on his wall, so she texted her as if she was him. So it was actually Shelly talking to her. Shelly then forwarded her nudes and sexy selfies to the real Birdman on Facebook through a fake Paris account that she made. He liked what he saw, being told that Paris was 21, and gave out his phone number. So Paris and Birdman were both talking to Shelly, and she would forward the pictures back and forth. She is the one who actually set up their official meetup in Denver. The girl's crazy, but she's kind of a genius. It got a little serious though. Shelly ended up threatening to reveal their conversations, which could ruin Birdman's career because he technically would have child pornography since Paris is actually 17. He did dish out some cash to Shelly, but then she got arrested and was sentenced to 18 months in jail on 7 counts of fraud, impersonation, extortion, and threats. Paris was scarred for life and humiliated, and Birdman lost his position on the team and his reputation was shot. Next up at number 9 is Tequila or Tequila. Tequila was one of the first people to become famous from her social media page, and she first got her big break from MySpace. Who remembers MySpace? I used to live for that site. Anyways, on her MySpace, she showed off her body, did some blogs, and tried to get into a music career. People loved her, and that is how she began her acting and modeling career. But like many people in the spotlight, she started to go off the deep end and became some weird vocal Hitler supporter, which got her kicked off of Celebrity Big Brother. So now that you have a little insight on who she is, you might be wondering who would even want to date her after all of that. Apparently a man online named Matt started posting pictures of Tila, calling her his girlfriend and talking about how lucky he is. However, when captioning the pictures, he was calling her Brianna. He posted a picture and captioned it, "Brianna is on vacation for 2 weeks. It's only been 3 days and I miss her so much. She sent me this to make me smile. How lucky am I? Hashtag best girlfriend ever. Hashtag lucky man." More like hashtag catfished, hashtag gullible. People began to comment on the post, letting him know that it is not a girl named Brianna, it's actually the celebrity Tequila. Which he probably already knew. But the man was defensive and said that all the websites online that show Tila are using pictures of his girlfriend Brianna. People are getting a whole kick out of it because this guy legitimately wanted to believe he was dating this woman, but Brianna would have just been better off claiming to be Tequila. Like, not just using her pictures, but you might as well do the full lie, you know? Sliding to number 8 spot is the rapper. Someone fell victim to a person who was pretending to be the rapper Bow Wow. The TV series MTV Catfish aired an episode where they helped a girl named Kiana who was claiming to be dating the rapper. The two of them fell in love and began dating after she had messaged him through a fan Facebook page. She did have some valid reasons to think that he was real. One was the fact that he sent her $10,000 when she was going through some financial struggles. On the episode, she flies out to Atlanta with the MTV crew to finally meet him face to face, but naturally, it wasn't actually Bow Wow. It was actually a wannabe rapper named D Pimpin'. We learned that he's a trans rap artist who had to gather the $10,000 through money loans from her relatives. But it all worked out in everyone's favor because Bow Wow saw the episode and then flew both of them out to meet him at one of his shows. So catfish people, you might get a free ticket. That's the lesson from that one. Moving on to the number 7 spot is, are you even a celebrity? So this one is kind of a double catfish because someone was so good at scamming people, he tricked a woman into thinking he was a celebrity when he wasn't, and then he tricked her into dating him and even working for him because he was a celebrity, but he wasn't. A woman named Lucille contacted MTV to try and meet the so-called famous artist in person. He had a huge following online which claimed to be working with people like Robin Thicke and Kanye West. Their relationship wasn't a sexual romantic one like you see in the majority of Catfish episodes. She wanted to meet him because she was in a relationship with him, but mainly because she was working for his company that she started to suspect wasn't even real. Not to mention she was being put in a huge financial debt from organizing all these events for him. Turns out Kid Cole is not a celebrity. He's not an artist, but he is famous for one thing, and that is being a scam artist. Apparently people in the music industry actually know him well for being a scammer. All the music he had on SoundCloud was fake, and Lucille was not the only woman he did it to. Many girls thought they were dating him. That's how he actually lured them into working for him. Coming in number 6 is James Charles vs. the internet. He's had his fair share of scandals this year, and it was a slap in the face when YouTube had shut down his entire channel. But then we learned it was an accident and had to decide if we believed it or not. But one thing that wasn't an accident was his Tinder account being shut down and he was banned from using the app. This one is kind of just like a fun fact. The only reason was because people were reporting the account as fake, mainly because he didn't have a verified blue check mark next to his name. Some people engaged in the account and were thrilled to think they were dating James Charles, but then they got upset when everyone else started calling it a catfish account. Turns out, James purposely didn't want a checkmark next to his name because he didn't want to be publicly verified like that. He was flagged by users so much that Tinder shut down the account. James took it to Twitter and said, "At Tinder, hi, you guys deleted my account for being a catfish, but it was actually me. Can you please fix this? I need a boyfriend." So people thought they were dating James Charles, but then they thought they were being catfished, but really, they were actually dating James Charles. Tinder f***ed it all up. It was honestly just complete chaos. Maybe get the blue check mark next time, James. Solve all your problems. Halfway through list number 5 is the one who thought they were dating a pop star. A guy named Spencer Morrow was claiming to be in a 6-year online relationship with pop sensation Katy Perry. They had never met in person, nor did they FaceTime, but they did talk on the phone one time in 6 years. So obviously, it was legit. MTV ended up getting involved after Spencer reached out for help, and the investigation showed us what we already knew. It wasn't the real Katy Perry. Shocker. I'm in complete shock. It was a young Canadian girl named Harriet Herbert. For the record, not all Canadian girls are like this. Just so you know. She explained why she became a catfish and said she started the fake persona when she was just 12 years old. She chose Katy Perry because she's a big fan of hers. But she was also a fan of the show Catfish, so she was excited to be on it. She wasn't very sensitive to Spencer's feelings, and she showed no remorse at all. She honestly was just excited to be on TV. The story got back to the real Katy Perry, who had a few things to say about it. Number 1, she said Harriet is gross. And number 2, she felt really bad for Spencer and doesn't think anyone should be fooled like that. Here we are at number 4 with the Facebook scam. It's common for a celebrity to be a face of an internet scam, but some people will go to extreme lengths to fool people. The singer Jake Owen realized that someone was posing to be him online and was messaging tons of women. Obviously, the fake account was successful because the girls were thrilled to think that Jake Owen was messaging them and wanting to date them. It came to surface that many people thought they were in a relationship with the singer, and when he found out, he was pissed. The real Jake Owen got the phone number from one of the girls and called him and recorded a message when it went to voicemail. The weirdest part? The catfish texted Jake later on insisting that he was the real Jake Owen. Dude, you're texting Jake Owen and you're saying that you're the real Jake Owen. The number had a San Francisco area code on it, but instead of tracking him down in person, Jake just recorded a heated video where he exposed the catfish's phone number for millions of people to see. You can catch his 2-minute rant on his Facebook page, but to sum it up for you, roll the clip.
Hey, this is Jake Owen, the real Jake Owen, calling you, piece of to make sure that you stop doing what you're doing.
Good on you, Jake Owen. That is how you handle a catfish. Although you just gave him a lot of clout. In the 3rd spot is dating a famous stylist. So there's a real girl named Ruth Graves who's a very successful and popular stylist in Dubai, originally from the UK. Through the success of her work, she became an online personality that people adored and admired. But one girl admired it too much and completely stole her identity to create a fake account and life under the name Leah Palmer. She would take her photos and post them with a different caption. For example, Ruth posted a picture of her and her husband at the time, and Leah would post it and call it her crazy ex-boyfriend. The fake Leah account got involved with many people, but one guy that she started dating actually broke up with his girlfriend, thinking that he was dating a celebrity. Leah ended up building a huge following and fan base on her fake account because people were so convinced that it was real. Not only did she fool people she got romantically involved with, everyone who followed her basically got catfished. One guy who fell for it spoke to news.com and said, "I think 90% if not more may have been fooled. It's very easy to fall in the trap. You can get caught up with someone like this so easily." The worst part is they never found out who the person was behind the account, so no charges were ever made. Justice was not served. And spot number 2 is Adele, another celebrity scam artist who somehow got away with using a ridiculous Facebook page. I'm not sure what's more ridiculous, the person who created the fake page or the people who fell for it. Someone created a page posing as the pop star Adele but spelled her name with 2 L's and then told people because it was a new page she couldn't have the same spelling as her old one because the username was already taken type thing. The Facebook page did weird things like Samsung phone giveaways where they asked people to share the photo, comment, and like their page. Obviously, it was a tactic to get followers on the page and also seem like a celebrity who does big giveaways. They ended up reaching over 40,000 likes off the one giveaway, so they continued to post more. The page first seemed like just a farming scam, which means that scammers create a fake page to simply get as many likes as possible, as quickly as they can, then they change the name into their own business or personal page. But the person behind the page not only did that, but they started personal relationships with people, both friendships and dating. Turns out there were people who fell for it and didn't even realize the minor spelling error in Adele, or didn't care because they thought they were dating the singer. Taking the number 1 spot on our list is a story of Lincoln Lewis. This one is the most serious case on our list. A 29-year-old woman named Lydia Abdelmalik impersonated the Australian actor Lincoln Lewis online for 4 years. Throughout the years, the fake account would date women and mentally abuse them by cyberbullying them and tormenting them with threatening messages. It went as far as stalking their personal lives and then sending their explicit photos to their family members and threatening to harm them. One of the victims ended up committing suicide in October 2018 because of the abuse from who she thought was Lincoln Lewis was so brutal. Lydia was eventually tracked down and was arrested and sentenced to 2.5 years in prison on 6 counts of stalking. But news broke in June of this year, 2019, and she was granted bail. I didn't even think that could happen once you're sentenced. And the victims were devastated. The real Lincoln Lewis did help out in court and gave evidence saying that for several months, he was receiving phone calls from childhood friends asking him bizarre questions about who he's been dating online. He was sensitive to the victims' feelings and tried to make it right. As for Lydia, she showed no remorse and has not apologized for anything. Well, there you have it, guys. That is our top 10 list for today. Let me know what you're thinking. Come chat with me down in the comments and give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. For now, I'm going to respond to some of your comments from some of my other videos. Logan Williams says, "I don't get how you can have an online relationship." Yeah, this is something I will never personally understand. Like, no offense to the people who do it, but it just doesn't make any sense to me. Syringe York says, "Damn, every time I see Jocelyn, I hear wedding bells. Every time I read this, I hear police sirens." Please stop asking me to marry you guys. I don't marry strangers. Ashley says her braids aren't even. It's bothering me. Anyone else? Girl, do you know how hard it is to perfect 2 perfect even braids? I am trying my best. Sabrina Edred says, "Joss is the best. I love that you call yourself out. Always. Gotta keep it real. I will always call myself out before anyone else." Tell me you had MySpace. Yo, I would spend hours after school like decorating the theme, everything. You picked your song. Yo, let's bring it back. That's fine. I'll wait. I don't want people to know it's me. You're gonna tell people you're James Charles? What do you mean? Ugh, I hate that. You're famous. Get the blue check mark. Do you know how many people use your pictures? Get your check mark, bro. Anyways, that's my rant for the day. Alright guys, that is our top 10 countdown. Let me know in the comments what you are thinking. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and you can also keep watching more of our videos if you click the playlist that will be on your screen right over here.